Okay, yes. Yes, we are live. Ashutosh, please turn on your video and start the meeting. Are you there, Ashutosh?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, please start the meeting.
Is my video on?
Yes, it's okay if it's off, just start the meeting right now.
Stop. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Hello, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Are you guys there? Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Great. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Ashutosh and I'll be the SA for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 103rd meeting of the Sinhgad Toastmasters Club. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention a few ground rules which we follow in our Toastmasters meeting. Please turn off your mobile phones or put them on silent mode. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, or politics, so please refrain from discussing these topics. Please put yourself on mute if you are not talking. As Toastmasters, please try to keep your videos on for making the meeting more lively and interactive. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, our Toastmasters Club also has a mission. The mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I announce this meeting as open and hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Poorva Hulke. Poorva Hulke is a final year BTech student in IT branch. She is a Sapio bibliophile, an empath, K-pop dancer, and an MBTI addict. She is also passionate about facing her fears to manifest her true potential. I present you all to Poorva Hulke. The stage is yours, Poorva.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ashutosh, for that wonderful address. And I formally now welcome you all to the 203rd meeting of Sinhgad Toastmasters Club. All right. So it's the third meeting after our milestone meeting. And today we have a very light agenda because in the start of the meeting, we don't have a TMOD section today. We have the prepared speeches and we are skipping the table topics and we'll directly jump to the educational session. And I guess DTM Santosh, the one who will be conducting an educational session on ISC, has already joined in, and I'm super excited already to listen to him. So yeah, it's a great agenda today. It's very convenient, and we don't have a lot of things, just speeches and evaluation. So that is why I guess everybody would enjoy a lot. Okay, now let me also take few guest introductions. We have Reebok. I don't know, Reebok, if you are a visiting Toastmaster or a guest, but can you just unmute yourself and tell us how you have joined this meeting and something about you that you would like the audience to know?
Yeah, I joined via Zoom and I'm in Melbourne. That's it.
Hello. Okay, thanks for joining, Reebok. I hope you would have a great time here. Can we also have DTM Mayank Naidu? Hello, Mayank, can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible, Poorva. Good morning, Sinhgad Toastmasters Club members. Am I audible to all of you?
Okay. Yeah, you're audible, but the voice is a bit too low.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible. Can you introduce yourself a bit and
Sure. I
okay.
am playing the role of an evaluator today, speech evaluator, as your agenda says. And I have been a Toastmaster for more than 6+ years. And I believe the TMOD, if the TMOD is not there, then I will take the opportunity to introduce myself. I have been in Toastmasters movement for more than 6+ years. I have served multiple ExCom roles, such as Vice President Public Relations, President for both community and corporate clubs. I have served as an area director, led the area to become President Distinguished, served the division as a division director, led the division to become President Distinguished, and also served the 7 states of District 98 as District 98 Marketing Manager. And Sinhgad Toastmasters Club is a very passionate club that I have observed in my journey. It has grown from leaps and bounds. I had the privilege to attend your meeting, which was organized in Sinhgad Fort.
Wow, great. Unfortunately, because I had joined in lockdown, so I have not witnessed a physical meeting yet, but soon I guess we'll have the chance to meet physically. Yes, and we'll definitely invite you,
Absolutely.
DTM Mayank, to join us and have a great time. Thank you so much,
Sure.
DTM Mayank. Can we now have TM Arpit on the virtual dais? Are you there, Arpit?
Hi everyone. My name is Arpit Maheshwari, and I am associated with the Toastmaster in this lockdown only. So I like Poorva, I have not attended the physical meeting till yet, but super excited to be here about the Santosh session, Toastmaster Santosh session. And thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Arpit. And for DTM Santosh, I will save the best for the last, and I'll introduce him to you all in the later part of the meeting. Till then, DTM Santosh, please hang on and enjoy the rest of the part of the meeting. All right, now let us proceed with the agenda. As I explained before, again for the benefit of guests, that we have 3 sessions today. The first session will be, it will consist of prepared speeches, and then the evaluation, and then we have the educational session. Now, before we proceed towards the prepared speeches, we have a pillar of the meeting, the timer, who would help us to keep the meeting running smoothly. And let me introduce Nuha to you all. She is taking a course in graphic designing, and she's also a vlogger and a YouTuber. May I call TM Nuha on the virtual dais to explain her role better?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Poorva. I'm really very sorry I'm not able to on my camera. Between, can you please disable my screen sharing? I think host can do that.
Can you now share the screen?
Yeah, thank you. I hope my screen is visible. Hi, hello Toastmasters and my dear future Toastmasters. Good morning. I'm the timer for today's meeting. As a timer, my responsibility is for monitoring time during prepared speeches, table topic, and evaluations. I will alert the speakers with the green, yellow, and red cards. Prepared speech 5 to 7 minutes plus 30 seconds. At 5 minutes, I will show the green light. At 6 minutes, I will show the yellow light. At the 7 minute, I will show the red light until the speaker finished. For the icebreaker speech, 4 to 6 minutes plus 30 seconds grace period. At 4 minutes, I will show the green light. At 5 minutes, I will show the yellow light. At 6 minutes, I will show the red light until the speaker finished. For evaluators, 2 to 3 minutes plus 30 seconds. At 2 minutes, I will show the green light. At 2.5 minutes, I will show the yellow light. At 3 minutes, I will show the red light until the speaker finished. For the table topic speakers, 1 to 2 minutes plus 30 seconds grace period. At 1 minute, I will show the green light. At 1.5 minutes, I will show the yellow light. At 2 minutes, I will show the red light until the speaker finished. That's all from my report today, and I will get back to you all with the report. Over to you, TM Toastmaster Poorva.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nuha, for introducing your role. Now let's move towards the prepared speeches section. Let's move towards our first speaker. It's none other than TM Suyog Vyas. He's a software engineer at Persistent Systems, and he has quite a passion for music and wants to make people happy by singing songs for them. To evaluate his speech, we have TM Ashwini. So may I request the evaluator to read the objective of the speech?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Toastmasters Yog is attempting his speech, which is titled as Connect with Storytelling. His speech title today is Station, Burger, and Reunion. Purpose statement for this speech is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. He will be evaluated for his storytelling skills throughout this speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Poorva, and wishing all the very best to Toastmasters here. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Ashwini. Now let's welcome TM Suyog. Once again, let me just, so the title is
Station, Burger, and Reunion.
Station, Burger, Union, TM Suyog, Station, Burger, Reunion. Over to you, Suyog.
Yeah, the timer just before you start, Poorva, can I just have the rights to share something? Share the screen, I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, is there any setting where you can like pin my video as well as this thing?
Okay, it's visible to everyone. Okay.
Yep. So am I visible?
Yes.
My video is visible too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Amit, Ram, and I have been the three of the closest friends for 5 years now. But because of Corona, from last 3 years, we were not able to meet physically. We were so close friends that when our teacher would used to see at least one of us in her class, she would used to mark the attendance of the remaining two too. When you have such great friends, you don't need any fancy stuff to hang out, right? All you need is a room, your phone's on silent mode, and literally hours of conversation. And that is the foundation of a good friendship, right? Like in our case, we would just meet, but interesting things would happen to us. Like in December 2021, we decided to finally meet physically. But we were finding some hard time to find a common date. Ram was busy in his sister's wedding. Amit was busy in his brother's wedding. But I was made busy by my parents in the wedding preparation of some random relative whose face I have just seen 3 times in my life. But finally, setting aside some things, we decided to meet on 8th December 2021. As planned, I reached the Pune railway station on 6 a.m. sharp, where Amit and Ram's train was arriving. As soon as I entered, I saw that there was an hour delay. I was starving because it was 6 a.m., of course, but I couldn't even have the morning tea because we had made a pact to have the first tea of that day together only. It was 7 a.m., 7:30, 8 a.m., 8:30, 9 a.m. And finally, Ram called me and said that he now can see the Pune station. My whole body was pumped with energy. I was just smiling. Their train arrived, but for the whole 2 minutes, we couldn't even find each other because of the crowd. I would go left to search for them, they would go right to search for me. Now, this whole comedy circus went on for 5 minutes, and finally, we could saw each other. We could see each other. We were so happy. We shared a big hug. And that moment was so emotional. We literally felt like crying happily. I know you can relate what were the feelings that were running through our heart, right? From there, we went to the place of our heart, our college campus. Our college campus is literally one of the best campuses you would find in Maharashtra. We roam around that day, we roam around all our campus, every bit of it. We even went to our old rooms in our hostel. This is our old room of second year. Every inch of this old room was actually reminding of all the fun part that we did there as roommates. Now, the last part of our day was to eat the kava burger, the famous kava burger, especially famous for its crispiness. We went to the cafe, but to our shock, it was not there. And we were truly sad seeing that. We inquired a lot. We got the owner's phone number. I called the owner's phone number and got to know that it has shifted somewhere near Konwa, 15 kilometers from where we were at that point. Now, the problem was that the time then was 8:30 p.m. and we had to reach my home at 9 p.m. sharp because my brother was going to leave for Latu at 9 p.m. So thinking that our dream of eating the famous crispy kava burger was crushed, my friends' emotions turned sad. Looking at their sad faces, my mind sparked randomly and I said, we will get the kava burger as well as reach home till 9 p.m. anyhow. And my friends' faces lit up again. Using all our might, I ran my scooty at 60-70 kilometers per hour, grabbed the parcel and reached home at 8:59 p.m. sharp. Then we happily had our dinner and had some awesome conversations of these 3 years, all the life experiences that we have achieved in these 3 years. Now, while we were having our dinner and conversation, my friend Ram, unfortunately, had an emotional breakdown as he was going through some family crisis at that point of time. But do you know what the best part of this was? That he knew that this was the correct place where he could let go of all his emotions, pour all his heart, without having to worry about anybody judging him for having an emotional breakdown. After our conversation, do you know what he said? He said to us, guys, do you know that this conversation that we are having right now, this acts as a power source for me to face all my life problems for upcoming time until we meet the next time. And this was the best sentence that I heard that day, honestly. Ladies and gentlemen, I really don't know if there is any foolproof solution to get over anxiety, depression, and mental illness. But one thing, let me tell you, that surely works is getting good friends. Friends that don't expect any fancy stuff to hang out with you, but friends that just want to listen to you, talk to you, cry with you, and laugh with you. Whenever you are about to hit any dark road of your life, these friends hold your hand and pull you back in the light of your life. I have personally found many solutions to my life problems in these endless conversations that I have with my friends. And of course, you will too. So my solution to everyone is, advice to everyone is, get good friends. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Suyog, for that wonderful speech. Really enjoyed seeing the journey. I mean, seeing that one day trip, sort of trip that you had with your friends. It's nice.
Thank you, Guru.
All right, let's have a 30 seconds gap right now. And this 30 seconds, I would request everyone to please write feedback to Suyog by privately pinging him. Anything, a word of affirmation or any feedback that you would like him to know. Timer, please let us know once 30 seconds are over. Okay. All right, let's move towards the second speaker. For the second speaker, we have TM Dyaneshwar. He has completed his diploma degree and MTech in mechanical engineering from MIT College, and currently is working as a training and placement officer in JSPM Autonomous Engineering Institute. To evaluate his speech, we have DTM Naidu. So may I request the evaluator to please read the objective of the speech.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Poorva. It is indeed a privilege and honor to evaluate a speaker such as Dyaneshwar. He is going to attempt his project from Persuasive Influence Path, which is level 4 project and project number 3. Now, this project talks about the objective as the purpose of this project is for the member to apply his or her understanding of social media to enhance an established or new social media presence. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience establishing or enhancing a social media presence. There are some certain highlights about the speech objectives as well. The member will deliver a well-organized speech about his or her experience. The member may choose to speak about the experience as a whole or focus on one or two aspects. The speech should not be a report on the content of building a social media presence project. Time and tide wait for no one, and so will my speaker Dyaneshwar. So timer, kindly note the time is going to be 5 to 7 minutes for this speech. And the title for the speech is Social Media Presence, Strategies and Impact, Toastmaster Dyaneshwar. Social Media Presence, Strategies and Impact. All the best.
Thank you, Mayank. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
I'm not able to see the timer.
We have pinned her. Can you now see her?
Yeah. Okay. President, good morning, President, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. How many of you are on LinkedIn? Okay, why? We know that. Why we are on LinkedIn, right? To search a job, to start, to get the lead, right? How many of you are on Facebook? Yeah. And everyone knows that we would like to share our photos to the society, to socialize ourselves, to share our thoughts and greetings and everything, right? How many of you are having LinkedIn or Instagram account? Great. How many of you are having Jeevan Sathi or Shadi.com account? Okay. If you are trying to find out a groom or bride, right? So that app is helpful to you, right? Means wherever you go, whatever your requirement, whatever your need, social media is there. Social media will help you, will analyze, will try to help you, try to analyze the things, knowledge, whatever knowledge you required. We are right now, we are surfing through YouTube or Google or any media, right? But it comes, whatever connected with the internet, it comes under the category of social media, right? So social media is just nothing but a facility. It is just a facility to share your creation, your thought, your information, your business, and everything. If you want to promote your business, you require social media. Why? Right now, 82% businesses are having across the globe. This data is not only particular for the India. Across the globe, 82% businesses are having their websites and social media pages. Right. After that, more than 4.5 billion users across the world are there of the social media. Right. Means, suppose if you want to start your startup, social media is the best way to start your business, to get to know your business, right? Apart from that, if we are looking, if suppose uh, I'm following Sandeep Maheshwari, I'm following Vivek Bindra. Why they are successful? They are successful just because of social media only, because it's a free platform. Just you require 2 GB data, and it is within a small amount, right? So that is the power of social media. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can restrict you to show your talent to the society, to the globe, right? That is the power of social media. Here it is Toastmaster rebook joined. Why? Just because of social media. And is it mandatory? Right now, social media presence is mandatory or very, very important? My dear friends, I would like to tell you, it is mandatory right now. Because without social media, you just imagine yourself. Suppose you want to start your day. Suppose early morning, once you wake up, we just check what is there any good news, or is there any something new things. Why? Because we are habitual it right now. So another aspects of social media is every world, means wherever you go across the world, 3 hours to 4 hours per day, a common man using social media, right? So if we calculate it, in about 5 to 6 years, we are using, if we consider 30 years, so means among 30 years, we are using 5 to 6, we are spending our time 5 to 6 years only on social media. That is, means, such a big way social media occupy our brain, our life, everything, right? Though every coin has a two sides, pros and cons are also there, right? So crime, divorce, mental barriers, mental illness, sickness, depression. These are the what? These are the impact of social media, because we are unnecessarily stretching ourselves through these medias. Need not necessary to reply each and every mail, each and every message. Need not necessary to watch each and every video. Okay, we are stretching unnaturally. Nature says that once the once the once the darkness spreads across the world, you need to sleep. But we cannot. Students are facing so much problem right now. They are sleeping after 12, 1, 2 p.m. Right? So that is very dangerous for us. My LinkedIn account are having 10,432 accounts. I am the placement officer. So my duty is to bring the students, to bring the companies to the campus to get placed them, right? I'm having Facebook account, 5,000 connections are there. It helps me to share my thought process, what are the challenges and everything. So I'll help you through that media only, right? Telegram, TPO account across India. I have TPO friends, Miss Karnataka, Delhi, Noida, Bangalore, everywhere my friends are there. Just because of social media, I'm earning well just because of right these tools. Because these tools we can access easily. Okay, at home we can connect with any. I can connect. I'm right now. I'm connecting with CEO, hiring manager, HR heads, to anyone easily through LinkedIn. So that is the reason social media definitely it's a very best platform to start your career, to business and everything, but use it wisely. And lastly, I would like to tell you, just because of social media, yesterday I initiated a drive of 10 lakhs just because of social media. My friends Mohit, he uh, he helped me. So Toastmaster is also some part of social media, right? We are using these social tools over there, and we are networking ourselves. So experts, everything is right now occupied by social media. So finally, if you cannot control your social media through self-discipline, so social media can control you. So use it wisely. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Dyaneshwar. And let us pause for 30 seconds to write feedback for Dyaneshwar. Please use the chat window by pinging privately to the speaker. And timer, please let us know once 30 seconds are over. Yeah, Dyaneshwar, you addressed a really important topic, and social media is so addictive. You can't just immediately leave it, you can't immediately stop getting addicted to it. What I do is that I take social media fast every 2 days. That's what we need to do right now, I guess. Okay, time is up. All right, let's move towards the third speaker, Tushar Bendale. So Tushar by profession is a tech lead and is also working as a AWS cloud developer in Blanco Diagnostics Private Limited. And he has 9 years of experience in it. And he sees different web series and TV shows, and he has joined Toastmasters to improve his communications and leadership skills. To evaluate his speech, we have Toastmaster Umesh. So may I request evaluator Umesh to read the objective of the speech?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Poorva. So, Toastmaster Tushar is attempting his speech today under the pathway of leadership development, level 1, under the objective of evaluation and feedback. His speech title is Smart Ways to Sleep. And timer, please note down his speech time is 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you, Umesh. Smart way to sleep, Toastmaster Tushar. Toastmaster Tushar, smart way to sleep. Over to you, Tushar. All the best for your speech.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible.
Okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, my dear guests, and DTM. How are you today? I hope everyone is good, feeling enthusiastic. Now, once again, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. How are you today? Can you see the difference? The first one and the next one. Can you define what was the difference between these two conversations or these two introductions? Anyone?
Okay, I guess the second one seemed more energetic.
Was it? I thought first one was energetic.
Okay. Yeah.
So, in which way you want to proceed with your day? Whether you want to be energized energetic, enthusiastic, and spend your whole day with full of happiness, right? To achieve that, you need to have a good sleep. Correct? Most of you agree with me that if you do not get proper sleep, you will feel very less energetic in the next day. There are various uh, various benefits we can say by using our sleep properly. Whenever you go to sleep, there is some particular time frame wherein you need to have your sleep you need to get that sleep properly within that time frame. What benefits you will get from the sleep? You will have proper immune system, you will feel energetic, then your metabolism will increase. There are a lot of other benefits as well of sleep. So it does not mean that you need to be sleep the full day. There is a particular time. And whenever because you want to be energized, see, the thing is, what we can say, there are certain ways you can improve your sleep. Like there is a one saying in Hindi or in one of the crime episode, चैन से सोना है तो जाग जाओ. That is, if you want to sleep calmly, do wake up. In this scenario, what is exactly I want to tell you, when you want to sleep calmly and have proper peaceful sleep, you need to wake up early. Okay. Why is the reason? When you wake up early, you will get a proper time frame in which you can get into the sunlight. That is from 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Within this time frame, if you go into the sunlight and have at least 30 minutes of sunlight, you will get hormones and what we can say is the chemical serotonin, yeah, which will help you to sleep properly in the night. Okay, what exactly it will do is, once the day comes at the night, it will gives you the indication that you need to sleep. And there are other ways. This is the one way that you should get the proper sunlight. And if you cannot get the sunlight in the morning between 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., you should get some kind of sunlight within the day. Okay, let's say you can if you are working in the office, then at the time of lunch you can go outside and have some sunlight. Then whenever you get time, go to the sun, have some sunlight, which will gives you some serotonin in your body and which will help you to get sleep fast. Similarly, do not do your exercise in the evening. Okay, if you do exercises in the evening, what will happen is the body gets pain and it will again gives you some kind of energy because you are working in the evening, and it will gives you some kind of energy, and it will again avoid your sleeping cycle. So avoid exercising in the evening. Third one, curfew your caffeine. So if you are coffee addicted, please stop drinking coffee after 2 p.m. from the afternoon, so that its effect will reduce as the days goes down and you can get better sleep. Then other thing is make your bedroom a sanctuary. So you should get your bedroom properly set up and have blackout curtains and some flowers or anything which will gives you calmness and peacefulness in your mind. Okay, and avoid the screening. We all know that everybody is looking for the social media, as Dyaneshwar said, and we are spending a lot of time on the screen. So if you want to sleep peacefully, you need to avoid your screening time. And the basic concept is avoid the light. Avoid the light. Once you avoid your lighting, you will your body get to know that this is the time that the body should get rest. That is why you need to avoid your screening time as well. There are a lot of ways we can speak on those ways also, but you need to think on how we can get to know what is the best cycle of sleeping is and get on it. Okay, so please be aware of your sleeping cycle, get proper sleep, get energized, and get healthy. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Poorva.
Thank you so much for addressing such an important topic. Let's pause for 30 seconds to write feedback for Tushar. Please use the chat window by pinging privately to the speaker. Now, I was just reading this, as you were talking about sleep. Now, this quote is written on my diary that a good laugh and a long sleep are the best cures in the doctor's book. Indeed, very true. So watch Kapil Sharma and sleep a lot. That's what it means. Yes. "30 seconds up. Now, I would request timer Nuha to please give us a report on the timings of the prepared speeches.
Yeah, sure, Toastmaster Poorva. Hello everyone, I'm back with a report for the speeches. Prepared speeches, Toastmasters long, 7 minutes and 17 seconds. And Toastmaster Dyaneshwar, I think I'm pronouncing it correct. 7 minutes and 14 seconds. I'm sorry. Toastmaster Tushar has taken 7 minutes and 45 seconds. So he's not eligible to voting. Others two are eligible to vote. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Poorva.
Thank you so much, Nuha. Sajid at Arms, please make sure that you edit the polls accordingly. All right, so we are done with the prepared speeches section. And now, before we proceed towards our evaluation segment, can I request everyone to please turn on their videos for a group photo? Yes. Dyaneshwar and Nuha, if you are there, can you please turn on your videos? Okay. Okay, please pause. Okay, guys, you are done. Thank you so much. All right. Now let's move towards the next section, which is the prepared speeches section. Now I'll invite TM Ashwini Joshi to evaluate a first speaker, TM Suyog, and let me also introduce her to you all. TM Ashwini is in the field of IT as a product manager. She's trying to apply time and project management skills in each activity that she carries out. So over to you, Ashwini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Poorva. Good morning, Mr. President, Toastmaster of the day, and all the Toastmasters and dear guests. Toastmasters Yog is pursuing his pathway, which is called as engaging humor. He attempted his third speech. That speech is connect with storytelling. His story was titled as Station, Burger, and Reunion. He used a story through which he explained his friends, his friendship, and their reunion scenario. He selected a topic which is very close to heart for everybody. Suyog, you were able to elaborate with a very common scenario, but in a very unique style, and given some examples of unique scenarios as well. You were very clear and your speech was easily understood. You maintained a very good pace and used pictures for the guidance of the audiences so that everybody was connected through those pictures to your topic. You were looking continuously in the camera so that to help maintain the audience, the eye contact with the audiences. I like this story because friendship, meeting with them after a gap, that is reunion, is very interesting and it gives you some enthusiasm. You may want to work on using more voice modulations. Nowadays, because we are using these virtual meetings, it makes a little bit tough or maybe challenging to shout when you are actually meeting the friends. It may sound very funny while you are alone in a room, but still you are before so many of the audiences. However, try to utilize more voice modulations. Also, as you are using this story to explain the scenarios, at the end, when you started using or when you started summarizing, I thought it was an abrupt end to the story. That only that part when the transition was a little bit disconnected kind of I observed. However, entire story was very interesting. You have been very fluent now, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, TM Ashwini, for that wonderful evaluation. Now let me invite DTM Mayank Naidu to evaluate second speaker, TM Dyaneshwar. And let me also introduce DTM Mayank Naidu once again to everyone. DTM Mayank Naidu is a senior business analyst with 16 plus years of experience in IT industry. He's a certified payments messaging expert and a business enterprise architect. He's also a TEDx speaker, curator, and host. He has served District 98 as Area Director, Division Director, and District 98 Marketing Manager. He is also the founder member of Community Club Toastmasters Club of Pune South. Wow, a big list of achievements. Over to you, DTM Mayank.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, for the kind introduction. Good morning, dear Sinhgad Toastmasters Club members, distinguished Toastmasters. It is a privilege and an honor to join your esteemed club today as I play my role of speech evaluator for my target speaker, Toastmaster Dyaneshwar Phone, who delivered a fabulous speech on social media presence, strategies, and impact, which was his speech title. And Let us see how Toastmaster Dyaneshwar made an impact through his speech. The first and foremost thing that caught my attention was the calmness of the speaker while delivering a speech. Toastmaster Dyaneshwar came across as a speaker who is composed, who knows the content very well, and he could explain the concepts very well. He shared his own personal example and his statistics on social media, which I definitely want all of you to remember. He on LinkedIn he has more than 10,452 connections. On Facebook he has close to 5,000 friends. On Telegram he is having 1,000 plus connections. As a training and placement officer, which is his job profile indeed, he has 1,000 plus social media friends connected through training and placement, and WhatsApp groups are around 30 plus professional groups. Wow. Dyaneshwar, an apt topic chosen for your own speech, and you are a living example of how social media can truly make an impact on someone's life. It can help someone in profession and grow profusely. What I liked in your speech was the different anecdotes that you gave on how you have done the Poorva Pool campus drive. You were able to connect with various experts. You did tremendous networking. And in fact, you went on to arrange Poland internships, which is fabulous and truly commendable. You also brought in some interesting statistics, such as 82% businesses are present on social media, more than 4.5 billion users, engagement, entertainment business, and today's requirement also. Social media presence is mandatory now is a statement that was made in a very profound way and indeed an impacting one. Now, dear Dyaneshwar, if you have to improve the speech and take it to the next level, I would want you to do the following things. Number one, when you are giving any statistics, such as 82% businesses are present on social media, I would like you to quote the source of it. To become an authentic speaker, always it is required that whenever you speak on a data, you need to convey. For example, according to a survey done by Facebook or according to a survey done by Wharton Business School, please mention the source, that how did you figure out the numbers. The second thing is ensure that all your numbers are intact and presentable. And third thing is say it with more conviction. With that, I would like to end my report, wishing you all the best. Thank you. Over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you so much, DTM Mayank. Now, I would like to invite TM Umesh to evaluate our third speaker, TM Tushar. Let me also introduce him to you all. Umesh Kotkar is working as a zonal account manager in Johnson's & Johnson's in medical device sales. He has 12 years of experience in healthcare sales, and he loves to travel and play cricket. Over to you, TM Umesh.
Yeah, thank you, Poorva. First of all, I want to congratulate Toastmaster Tushar on attempting his first speech under the evaluation and feedback. The topic is so interesting, and everyone was really enthusiastic to know about the smart ways to sleep. I really like the smart ways you have described during your speech, like exposure to sunlight in early in the morning is really beneficial, and otherwise if you fail to attempt exposure to sunlight in morning, and you take a sunlight in daytime as well whenever possible, then avoid screening. It's really interesting to know about the smart ways. And overall your content of the speech was uh, everyone keen to listen. These are the commendations, Tushar. But I just want to advise you, if you have transition of your smart ways during the story, or in the first half of your speech, you have explained the only sleep part. But if your transition was clear in that way, that will be a beneficial, and it may have to you finish your speech in time. That is the commendation one. And number 2 is voice modulation. And add some drama to the speech during the voice modulation. If you don't have good sleep, if you can add drama during your speech, that will be also create an great impact, which I feel. There are only 2 recommendations I want to give. Over to you, Toastmaster Poorva.
Thank you so much, TM Umesh. Now, can we quickly have the report for evaluations, timing report of evaluations by TM Noah?
Yeah, please give me 1 minute.
Okay. Meanwhile, Ashutosh, please be ready with the polls.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Poorva. Sorry for the background noise. For the evaluators, timing report was Toastmaster Ashwini has taken 3 minutes and 14 seconds, and distinguished Toastmaster Mayank has taken 3 minutes and 22 seconds, and Toastmaster Umesh has taken 1 minute and 51 seconds. So, Toastmaster Ashwini and DTM Mayank has eligible to voting, and Umesh is not eligible to voting. Am I correct, Toastmaster Poorva? Because 2 minutes is minimum, right?
Yes, it's 2 minutes.
Yeah, okay then. Those 2 are eligible to voting. Thank you. Over to you. And
Okay. Thank you so much, Noah. Sajid Adams, please make a note of this and please change the polls. And all right. So,
Master Poorva, excuse me. From this, there's no report, right? For table topics and all?
no, we don't have table topics.
Okay, I have small tips. Shall I go through that?
Noah, sorry for that. I mean,
Yeah,
we can't do it because we are running behind the agenda.
Okay.
So maybe next
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
No worries. Bye.
Noah, for help.
No worries.
Yes. Ashutosh, are we ready with the polls?
Yes, Poorva.
Okay, please launch it. Can you all see the polls? Have you launched it, Ashutosh?
Yes, Poorva. Can everyone see the poll? Yes.
I'm not able to see. Is it launched?
Yes, Poorva.
Yes. Okay,
Maybe
guys, who have
because
the polls, please do vote. We'll give 1 minute and
please vote, guys. Only 50% have voted as of now.
okay, guys. It's 10:58 and it's more than a minute. I guess 1 minute is over. We can stop the polls and please share the results. Okay. Ashutosh, have you shared the results?
Yes, I have shared the results.
Okay, I can't see it right now. Can you please announce winners?
Yeah. I'll announce the winners. The best speaker is PM Suyog with 67% votes. Best evaluator, it's a tie between TM Ashwini and TM Mayan. And for best auxiliary role player, winner is TM Ashutosh. That's me, 67% votes. Thank you.
Great. Congratulations, everyone. And one more thing that I have to say, that congratulations if you have won, and if you have not won the best role play award or whatever it is, then please make sure that you keep your persistence high. And it's only persistence, having the persistence can help you to get out of a failure. So keep that. All right, so we are done with the prepared speeches section, and now we come to the most interesting part of our session. And let me introduce the one who will be conducting this session, DTM Santosh Akella. Well, he hasn't shared the introduction with me, so the only introduction that I have is that he is the second runner-up in the International Speech Contest that happened in Eloquence 2021. And I have listened to him for at least 3 times, and as far as I know, he's a great humorous speaker. And he's also an excellent evaluator, and he has this calm aura within him. And whenever he speaks, he makes sure that everyone in the audience is engaged and is always hooked and is always eager to listen to him. That's what I felt when I heard him all those 3 times. So yes, I'm very excited to listen to you today, Santosh, and the stage is yours.
Thank you, Poorva. You know what? I don't share my introduction normally. I do share my introduction normally, but this time I did not share. I felt okay. Maybe I forgot that because I'm not feeling that well today, and you can see me in sweater and everything. And don't worry, this is not the season which is going on. But at the same time, I think going forward, I will not be sharing my introduction. Then it will be better, because if I share my introduction, I get to listen what I already wrote. But if I don't share my introduction, then I can listen more praises from people. That I think this is a good trick for doing so. So jokes apart, let me share my screen. So I have one more mobile phone over here on a tripod that I will be using to kind of see you all and then ensure that my screen is being shared and everything. And please don't give me a feedback saying that, okay, Santosh is not having eye contact. Okay, I can also see here. Okay, so that is the second thing. So now I hope that you can see my screen. Yeah, okay. So welcome everyone. Quickly welcome. I welcome you all. And if you can see my screen, you can probably put yes in the chat box. And there are 2 reasons for asking this question. One, I will know that if you are able to see my screen. Number 2, I know that you are not sleeping. Okay. So these are 2 important things that I'll be knowing once I do. And please feel free to interact during this session, and also please feel free to ask any queries. And I'll also be telling you one disclaimer for the first maybe 20 minutes. I'll be going a bit fast. Like I'll be just walking you through all these 19 slides, and then we'll be watching a speech. And after that, I will try to revisit these slides. And someone sent me a dislike. Okay, no problem. That's fine. These things happen, this just joking. But yeah, then now it is changed. See, okay. Thank you, visitor Reebok. Oh, that's why I never purchased Reebok shoes, man. Okay. So yeah. So then I'll be actually sharing a video, and then I'll be sharing these entire slides once again, and then we'll do try to do as and how the time permits. We'll try to do. So quickly to start with, I'll also be using a mind map. So this is a mind map. I know a mind map won't look like this, but still this is a kind of mind map that I have invented and introduced in the form of a table. We have content, delivery, and language. Okay, 3 things. Now, under content, we'll be seeing topic selection, speech structures, and storytelling. Under delivery, we'll be seeing verbal and non-verbal. And finally, in language, we'll be seeing certain things. Even language is a very weak area for me, being from a normal convent in a small town. Language is a bit of a problem for me, and I know the moment I say, many of you will definitely be able to resonate with me, right? And then, so let us move to first and foremost important thing, that is topic selection. Now, when it comes to topic selection, one question that we need to ask is, whenever we write a speech, what do we think about at the first place? When we write a speech, there is one thought that comes to our mind. Now, in the other club, when I asked this question, someone put it in the chat box. Why did Piva ask me to write a speech? And I hope I'm not going to get such answers in this club. Okay, great. That means Poorva, you are not being very pushy. Congratulations on that. With that, we have to think about two important things, that is general purpose and a specific purpose. And this is also one of the projects in Pathways level 1 right now. And this is not something very much alien that I have taken. Oops, I'm sorry. Okay, this is not very alien that I have taken. This is already there in the what do you call it, already there in the manuals of Toastmasters, past, present, future, anywhere. I found it from somewhere, and I also mentioned the source there. So general purpose and specific. So what is general purpose? Now, there are three main reasons why we deliver any speech. And although this session is about international speech contest, it is important to know all these three reasons. First reason is to inform. For example, today I am informing you, I'm trying to tell you how to write an engaging speech. This is an informative speech. And then second reason is to inspire or persuade. I'll be somewhere persuading you in trying to inspire you to write a speech as well. And then finally, to entertain. And I think I have already entertained you a bit in the start, and I'll also try to not to become very boring, and then try to keep on entertaining you until the end of this session. So there are three main reasons: to inform, to inspire, and to entertain. Now, how do you choose what I'm going to give? Now, it is not necessary that if I have to inspire someone, I have to give only a speech wherein I will say, you are the best, you are the best, you are the best, or you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. No, I can mix. So now that I have decided, I will inspire. I will have 80% to 70% of my speech that will inspire people, that will make them think, that will make them take some action. And remaining 15%, I will try to inform something, one message, small thing. And then the last 15%, I'll add some humor. So that is how the speech is formed. And in case I wish to give a humorous speech, again, even in a humorous speech, 80% of the time I will have humor. And in the 10%, I will have some kind of, what do you call it? Inspiration, like some takeaway key message. And then remaining 10%, I will be having some takeaways, like some information which is there. So that is the proportion. This is like a pie chart. So we need to decide whether I'm going to inspire, whether I'm going to entertain, whether I'm going to do. Oh, next time I'll add that slide also, pie chart slide. So see, that is how you improvise it, the more and more you deliver sessions. So, and then specific purpose. Now, what is the specific purpose? For example, today Dyaneshwar had a speech. I have listened to only Dyaneshwar's speech today, as I was not feeling well. I was on and off, so pardon me, other two speakers. I'm very sure that definitely your speeches were also equally engaging and also equally very well presented. But Dyaneshwar had a speech purpose today, that is to speak about social media presence and things like that, right? And he was informing. Okay, and how do you go to this specific purpose? For example, in a speech last year that I have delivered, my speech was to express your thoughts. How can you express your thoughts? Now we need to think how to get to this point, specific purpose. And this is what our topic selection is. If you ask me today, you have to deliver an informative speech, I will probably say I'll deliver something on Nika because Nika has been trending for a while. Or I will deliver something on metaverse because metaverse has been trending for a while. And if you ask me to inspire, give an inspirational speech, maybe I will say walk, don't run kind of a speech, because today everybody runs. So you have to select. Now, how to find this? For this, I'm not going to discuss this entire document. I have some hint. This is a kind of a hint or a help that you can use. I'm not saying you will get a topic from this. There may be something, although this is exhaustive, there may be something beyond this as well. But if you are starting, even for your pathway speeches, you can see like what is that one speech that you can give on. And once you read this, you will see what is my principle that I have followed despite all the things going against me, all my family members or my friends or colleagues going against me. What is something that I stood to? What is something that I will stand till my last birth. Once you go through this, start reading this, you will find it. Maybe you will find a good topic, and that is why this is given. And speech topics, that is why it is written. Speech topics are everywhere. They are everywhere. I'll be giving you this document. This will act as a help aid for you so that you can go ahead and use this. Okay. And then moving to, so this is what how to find a speech topic is. Now we'll move to this speech structure. Now, for example, today if we see Dyaneshwar's speech structure, he opened with a question. So you can open with a question, or you can also open with a small anecdote. So one day, you know what? I created my LinkedIn account. No, you can start like this. I landed a job which paid 3x more than what I was getting paid right now in the previous job. And do you know how I found it? I created a LinkedIn account before 6 months and that. So you can start with a story, or you can start with a question like how Dyaneshwar has started, or you can also start with a startling fact or a figure. Do you know what? 80% of the jobs are now found on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is such a useful tool. So that can also be a way to open speech. And if I have to give you one more example, you know what? More people have died in the accidents than all the world wars put together. Now that can be a startling statement. Do you know what? Before I complete this statement, 5 people have died out of hunger in this world. Now that can also be a startling statement that immediately captures the audience's attention. Now, this opening should also lead into the topic. I should not say 5 people must have died. Contest, I mean, fellow Toastmasters, everyone, and then I cannot say start my speech. And you know what? I started using LinkedIn. No, the opening and your speech body should be directly connected. That is also an important point. And then comes the body of the speech. And in the body of the speech, it is very simple. Rule of 3. Follow the rule of 3. Now, why I am saying rule of 3? 3 or less than 3. Whatever you are having, maybe you may say that the 3 ways you can wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, 3 techniques to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. Or if you are giving a speech, you can use 3 stories or 2 stories or 1 story. Why I am telling this is only a 5 to 7 minute speech, guys. Understand this. And 1 minute you will introduce, 1 minute you will conclude. We are left out with 5 more minutes. And if I am speaking 3 points, still I can speak only 90 seconds on each point, or maybe less than 90 seconds. And that's it we can do. And that is why we say that we need to use the rule of 3. If it is a 20-minute speech, now let us move away from 5 to 7 minute speech. We may deliver a 20-minute speech at office. Then we use maybe 5, 7, or maximum up to 10 points. Again, even for a 40-minute or a 2-hour presentation, we don't use 100 points. Okay, we need to be able to in a position to use some kind of our judgment to decide what is going to be too much, what is going to be too less for the audience. So that is where I wanted to mention here. And then for every point that you have, try to give some supporting materials. And again, they can be facts and figures, examples, stories, visualites, all these things. And finally, you conclude, and you conclude stronger. You conclude with a high note. And if it is an inspiring speech, you will ask them, urge them to take some action. However, if it is not an inspiring speech, and if it is an informative speech, as I said, 3 ways to wake up early in the morning. I said, way 1, have your alarm clock with you, don't have a mobile phone. Way 2, have your mobile phone out of your bed. And then I'll say way 3, eat lighter, have a light dinner, so that in the morning you can be very easily able to wake up and you don't have a sound sleep. And I gave some examples, personal stories. And finally, to summarize or to conclude, I will say these are the 3 ways, tuck, 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 1, 2, 3. And that will be a conclusion for an informative speech. If I give a speech, you know what, you have to wake up early, then I'll give that. I'll say that, do you know what, guys, we have to wake up early because our body metabolism depends on this, blah 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 blah. So please, I urge you all to wake up early. I have seen the benefits, you will also see the benefits. So that can be a way when we try to put it out in a persuasive speech. And of course, in any speech we add humor. And now let us see some common speech structures which are there. So these are only again some of them. There may be hundreds of structures. For example, today I saw again Dyaneshwar using advantage, disadvantage speech structure. So he spoke about initially about the good things about social media. Then he spoke about not so good things about social media. And again, that is something that we can also use, but that is not there here. But as I said, there may be even more, but these are most commonly used. That is why I've given them as examples. Now, chronological. If I have to explain about Quit India movement or Indian independence movement, I will use a chronological speech structure. Topical. Right now, I am doing a topical speech structure because I am going topic after topic, topic after topic, right? And then comparative. I will compare a smartphone with a landline. I will compare 3G with 2G, 4G with 3G, or compare 4G, 3G, 3G, 2G, all those things. And then problem solution. We state a problem. We say that there is global warming, and then we give a solution how to overcome this. That is problem solution approach. So these are four different speech structures. Now let us move to the most important and the most exciting thing, storytelling. The evaluators always say that if we add stories, they will say, oh my God, there are so many stories, reduce the number of stories. And if we don't add stories, they will say, arre, please add one story. I don't know what they want, right? So uh, why stories? Again, as we are all curious beings who are very much curious to know neighborhood stories, what they are doing and what they are telling. And we always want to stories. And actually, human brains are hardwired to listen to stories. Then we go to how to find stories. As I say, I'll be speaking on this in a while. And what to choose first, story or message. Now, raise your hand using virtual um, Zoom account if you face this problem. What to choose first, story or message?
Story.
Yes. So this is always this question: what came out first, hen or egg? So what I say, this is my opinion again. It is not necessary that we need to choose something first. It can happen in two ways. Imagine I'm reading some book. Say, let me recollect what I was reading yesterday. I was reading a book which spoke about the importance of being introverts, and that compared between Einstein and Newton. And he said Einstein was an extrovert, whereas Newton was an introvert. He used to just sit in the room and on his papers, everything. And then he says that if you observe again, Einstein's work is not proven, not very much proven, and not very much substantially supported than what Newton has done. And he said, you see, Einstein was an extrovert, but still, if you see from a proof point of view, from a substantiating point of view, which science requires, Newton is probably more successful in that aspect. And then he speaks about why introverts are important. And now I can give a speech on that. I can say how being an introvert helps everyone. And again, that will be a good topic here because this is a Toastmasters platform wherein everybody wants to probably go meet people, and if someone is very much shy enough, they want to get rid of those inhibitions and speak with people. And I'm coming to that platform and I'm telling people, okay, get inside. I mean, get inside yourself, something like that. And what happens for introverts, it will be a ultimate bliss because they are like, okay, we came to this club to make ourselves outward and everything. And then for extroverts, it will be a shock because they'll be like, oh my God, I'm thinking I'm the king of the universe. So that kind of surprise element. So that can be a topic. Now, how did I find this topic? I did not introspect myself. I did not go and search for stories, but I found it just by reading a point. And then I went on to do reflection. I will go and I do some reflection and I'll try to find out, okay, this is the amount of time I am alone. I devote time to myself and I read something. And what productivity I had in that time and what productivity I had when I was going out and socializing. And then I'll try to bring a narrative into that speech. Now, this is case one, where I found the topic first and I'm taking a story. Now, second, and very important, you need to reflect. Please, again, this is misleading. Please don't find a topic and force fit a story. Find a topic and try to reflect. Look back 5 years, 10 years, not more than 10 years, because again, that is subjective, but yeah. So try to look back and try to think of how has been my experience applying this particular concept. Then you will get other way around stories. Imagine, for example, when I wrote my speech, Just Express, I felt I was not expressing myself. So I was facing problems with my career, with my relationships, with my boss and everyone. So that was something that I have realized over years. And there I had the story and I gave it a shape. I gave it a title. I gave it a perspective. So both can be done. Please remove that from your mind. I know it is being said repeatedly, come with stories. And the reason is simple. As I said earlier, don't force fit stories just because people may tend to force fit stories. It is being said, have a story first. No, there is no rule like that. You can do anything. This is an art and science both. So art can be experimented in any way. This is the next thing. So now coming to storytelling, now that we have seen how to find stories, don't tell them, show them. How? How to tell stories? 6 simple steps. Grab the attention at the beginning. For example, if we take Dhyaneshwar speech only, he asked a question, and as I've explained, have an opening. Again, you can also open a speech with a magic trick. I can show you magic and mislead all of you. You can open a speech with an activity. I can ask everybody stand up. Everybody sit down. Everybody look left. Everybody look right. Why are you doing whatever I'm saying? Do you know what? We need to think before we act. Now, that can be a very much engaging opening, right? The moment I say that, you'll be like, "Arre, why did we stand? Why did we sit?" So that will be just like that. I don't know how this will work in a virtual medium, but in physical medium, it works very well. Virtual, it is subjective, but still I gave this example. So that can be an opening that can grab attention. Again, here also you can reinvent. It is not necessary you have to open with story or a question or a startling fact or a figure. And then bring them into your setting. For example, I can say I'm giving a speech now. I can also say I am giving a speech 800 kilometers away from Pune with my legs on a couch, wearing a short and wearing socks also because I'm feeling very much chilly today. Now don't imagine how I am sitting and everything, but this can be bringing into my setting. You can, when you go to a palace, you are speaking about a palace, or we'll be seeing in one of the speeches. I'm not going to waste the time here. So the speech I'll be showing, he will bring into the setting by explaining what is happening over there. Then introduce your characters. Now here, why do we need to introduce? It should be like you, okay, you know Santosh. Maybe Santosh is speaking with someone named Priyanshu. Then you need to know who is Priyanshu. Priyanshu is like Charlie Chaplin, or Priyanshu is like Ballal Dev in Bahubali. He's the villain of my life. That small description, because we have 5 to 7 minutes, you can say she looked like a movie star from Bollywood. She looked like an angel to me. These kind of single words. He is the James Bond. So these kind of descriptive, simple, popular figures names also you can use. And then give life to characters with dialogues, because the dialogues convert a dry narration into an action episode. So once we add a dialogue, normal speech, now I'm narrating. Imagine I'll just go into dialogue mode. So try to have a mix of dialogues and narration. That will help you. And while doing dialogues, please change your voice a bit. We'll be going there vocal variety. 2 characters, again, don't change it drastically. You don't have to speak me, 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 me. No, you can say fast pace, slow pace, just vary that. And then take care of transitions. I'll also speak about transitions. And then humor and emotions. Have humor, have a range of emotions. Let them feel sad, let them feel like frustrated, let them feel angry, let them feel funnier, everything. So this is how we tell stories. You got to invite them into the scene of your story so they can hear it how you heard it, they can see it how you saw it, and feel how you felt it. So now, right now, we have seen general purpose, specific purpose, basic speech structure, common speech structures, then why stories, how to find stories, what first, setting characters, giving life to characters, transitions, humor, and emotions. Now we'll be seeing delivery. Now, when it comes to verbal, volume is very important. Today, my volume is not good because, as I said, I'm not feeling well. My throat is getting drier. I don't know. That's why. But you can have a very good voice, throw of voice, and pitch. When you're speaking about something which is really exciting, you try to stress on those words. When you're speaking something very serious, or when you want to show a sad moment, you will slow down the pitch, rate the number of words you speak per minute. And then when you want to tell something which is very exciting, you will try to speak faster. And you also stress on certain words. And that is very important. And don't forget the power of pause. Pause after your opening, after asking a question. Dyaneshwar has paused really well because every time this is one of my marker. Whenever I'm evaluating a speech, I have markers. If someone is asking question after question, question after question, question after question, I say it is bombardment to the death of asking questions. But today, Dyaneshwar has asked those questions in a way that I did not feel like he had very good pauses, and the questions are also making me think in a different way that I did not feel that it was like a bombardment of questions. Again, as I said, there is no fixed rule. Although I had a marker, I judge it. I try to once, what do you say, think at that moment of time, at that point of time. If he would have asked, do you use social media? Do you do that? Do you do this? Then I would have said it is bombardment of questions to death. So that is not done. So we need to pause. That is the power of pause. Once we pause, it helps us. And then non-verbal, that is stage movement. So even in a stage movement, I'll be showing you when we go through that speech. Once again, stage movement is one of the important aspects. Gestures, try to use gestures, try to use eye contact, and then use props. In this online world, once we start using a prop, that makes a difference because we are trying to grab attention. And when we show props, show them clearly, make sure they are readable. One of the speakers have shown something, but that is not readable today. So that can again become a kind of a recommendation, right? So try to make it readable, visible, clear what it is to the audience. And then coming to language, write short words, short sentences, short paragraphs. Give them a vivid imagery. If you go to Marine Drive, you say, I mean, if you know Marine Drive, right? Or we go to a beach, we say, wow, those breezes from the beach. And then try to have audience participation by using catchphrases, questions. We have time. I'll delve into more into catchphrases. Then avoid jargon. I don't come here and say Camtasia. How many of you know what is Camtasia? Maybe one or two might be knowing. So yeah, I don't say that. Camtasia is a video editing tool. And then say it correctly. Make sure, at least for a speech contest or a prepared speech, make sure you get rid of mother tongue influence. And I would say that there is no hard and fast rule for doing that. And we are not here to learn English literature, and we can't sit and start reading hundreds of words daily. So whenever we deliver speech, take the grammarian. That happens gradually over the years. Most of us, I feel, are 60 to 70%, right? Only 30 to 40% improvement is required, and that will happen over the years. So giving some examples, simile is when we say it is like something. Ignorance is like a cancer that must be cured. Life is like a camping site. We go there, put a tent, live in it, and then leave that place. Metaphor is ignorance is a cancer. So here I'm saying it is that only. So if I have to give a funny example, earlier my aunt used to tell me, you are like an idiot. Now she says me, you know what, you are an idiot. So that is the difference. And then triads, use some triplets, like we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. And then use alliterations. Alliterations are those words which start with same syllable or same pronunciation or same letter. So dejected, depressed, disappointed, unnoticed and unused, hallowed halls, protect and persevere peace. And finally, please give these pathways projects. I'll be sharing this PPT with the VP Education or the President. So you will get it. And if you deliver these speeches, that will help you. Okay. So please take a screenshot of this quickly. 1, 2, 3. I'll count 3 numbers and I'll have a sip of water. By then you have to take a screenshot of this. 1 minute, I'll be back. Yes. So now we'll see a speech. Now that you have taken a screenshot, I'll be showing this speech. And if you can listen to this, please put yes in the chat box. And timer, please put how much time is remaining, including question and answer session. Okay. So I'm playing it. If you can listen, right, listen. Wait, now video hasn't started.
In your life, who gives the best advice? Your best friend, your parent, your partner. I'm willing to bet there is one person you haven't thought of. Contest chair and friends, come back with me to 2019 when I'm at a birthday party. The birthday song has already been sung. The candles on the cake, already blown out. And those confetti party poppers, already popped. Their chemical smell is hanging in the air and everyone is happy. I stand at the end of the bar alone, hanging above me, a dark cloud. My good friend Kotoko asks, hey, is everything okay? I have a job interview on Monday, and they want me to give a workshop to prove I can teach. Kotoko asks, is that a problem? You've been a teacher since the Ice Age. I don't know if I want the job. If I go give the workshop and then refuse the job, I would waste everyone's time. It's rude. I'm going to call on Monday and cancel. Kotoko looks at me with big, sparkling brown eyes and asks, do you really not want the job? Or is it just that you don't feel confident? You see, just 2 weeks earlier, I gave a workshop to over 200 people on how to be more confident. And now Kotoko is questioning my confidence. I don't know what to say. So I just say goodbye and I am out of there. On my way home, a little angry, I tell myself, I am the king of confidence. You don't question my confidence. I tell you how to be more confident. I get home, I open my computer. Kotoko's right. The king of confidence doesn't feel very confident. And I really need this job. I've been out of work for months and the bills are piling up. And if I fail this interview, who would want to hire me? Kotoko said one more thing. Can't you follow some of your own advice? Now I know this is not what she meant. What I heard? Follow your own darn advice. When the expert needs to be told to follow his own advice, find another expert. I feel like a pretender, a poser, a fake. And so after a few glasses of Jack Daniels, okay, more than half the bottle, I fall asleep. I wake up the next afternoon with a terrible headache, but with a surprisingly clear head. Kotoko's right. I should follow my own advice. When I look at my notes from my confidence workshop, I see this. When you give advice to someone, guess who benefits the most? That's right, you do. Because the advice you give is the advice you need. And here on my computer is a workshop full of my own advice. I also see this. Even Michael Jordan had self-doubts. So it's okay for a teacher with over 20 years of experience to not feel confident. But confidence is not about a feeling. It's about a belief that you can succeed, whether you feel calm or nervous. I review and remember all day, and the next day, on my way to the interview, I tell myself, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. I'm not nervous, I'm excited. I'm not nervous. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous, but I am excited. And guess what? I got the job. Thanks to Kotoko, I got the job and I learned a big lesson. When you share your knowledge, your passion, your advice, you benefit as much as or more than your audience. So, do you want to be happier? Give a workshop on happiness and then follow your own darn advice. You want to be a better speaker? Give an evaluation. And the next time you speak, follow your own darn advice. What advice do you need to hear? Give it, because Kotoko's right. The person in your life who gives the best advice just may be you. So follow your own darn advice. Contest chair.
So yes, this is the speech. Now, I request everyone to put whatever you have seen and whatever you have observed, some certain things, a couple of things that you have observed in the chat box. And while you put that, I'll be sharing the small analysis that I have done. Fake. What is fake? Okay. Okay. So this is no real emotional contrast. Okay. Well paused. Yes. Balanced. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Mayank. I think you have also been an inspiration to me, I can say, right from so many years. Thank you so much. And then someone says, created vivid imagery, gesture, voice modulation, communication between two people, getting audience into the settings. Yes. So all these things he has done. Of course, I slightly disagree with no emotional contrast, because I feel that no two speakers are the same, and he did not try to fake it. His way, maybe his way of speaking, I have not seen him speaking earlier, but his way of speaking is calm, composed, speaking like that. It doesn't matter whether it will suit this speech contest structure or not, but he spoke in a very subtle way. That is what I take, and I feel that everybody has their own way of speaking. So title gave up the answer first, which is generally not recommended. Yes, agreed. Acted out. Great. Yeah, thank you, Chintan. That is again a very good point. Title normally should not give out the speech topic. but it is not very much, don't enforce on it. Right now I am struggling with the same thing. My title, I'm trying to get a title that does not reveal my speech. I'll tell you that is actually a bit very much advanced thing that you should first avoid doing. First write your speech and then try to do such things. Okay, now let me share quickly whatever I have analyzed. So I thought I'll put it like this, whatever I have written on a piece of paper, so that it looks raw and takes us back to the good old physical meeting days. So opening was with a question, and then even that question he said, you listen to everyone, but one person is important, and that is where he increased an anticipation inside me. And immediately he went into storytelling, wherein he spoke about birthday party, and there he gave a vivid imagery. And that was where I was speaking about bringing them into the setting. He brought them into the setting, and then he said, "Oof," when candles were blown out, something like that. And that was actually, he spoke about smell. So he gave all the senses, vivid imagery he gave. And then I want to again emphasize on his body language. When he said right at the start he was here, when he said 2019, he went one step backward. Now that is how we use virtual stage. I come forward, I go backward, not like this, because we don't usually have that much space. So that is one more important trick that we can observe. And he had good gestures. When he said at above me, he just showed like this. Even small gestures that we can do on a virtual platform. And then when he was giving a message, again he came near the camera. One done advice. And then he said bills piling up. And then he said, when he said pretender, poser, fake, he took one step backward. Again, that helped because he's indirectly showing that he was going backward with respect to his confidence. And then he had a character Kotoko, but I felt again he should have a bit given some description to this character, some life to this character, and that is what I wrote. Again, this is my personal opinion. All opinion are personal. Uh, so something he can say that one, like a neighborhood auntie who gives unsolicited advice, something like that. That will help. And I also loved one more thing. He had very good scenes. Like scene one is at party, scene two was at his computer, scene three when he woke up the next day, then scene four when he goes to that interview. I did not write scene four, but yeah. So that he had. And he used one repetition as also. I am nervous, I am excited. I am nervous, I am excited. I am nervous, I'm excited. I'm not I'm nervous, but I'm not. But I'm still excited. So something like that. He used a repetition there. And then while giving a call back, he said, if you want to become happier, you give a message on getting happier. If you want to become a better speaker, you start to evaluate speeches. He just gave a true meaning of that. And then he concluded very well. And he also used a different voice for Kotoko, although it is not seen. That is his way of speaking, very subtle, very light hearted speaker. So he did that. And one more recommendation, I thought, when he fell asleep, I felt he could have waited for one more second so that it actually looks as if he fell asleep. And then he, while having a conversation, he was saying, and she asked and I replied, she asked, I replied. That is not necessary, because we can always use that voice and posture to have that conversation, not telling. We don't tell them, we show them. So that is important. So now how much time is left out? How much time do I have now? Timer?
No, are you there? Okay, let me just check. I guess by 11:40 we needed to start our Q&A.
Okay, sure. Then what we'll do, I'll just, if you have any questions, you keep putting them on the chat box. Okay. Thank you so much. And you can put it in the chat box. Any questions, you can, we have 15 minutes more. Nuha has messaged me one-to-one. So you have, if you have any question and answers, you can put it in the chat box. And meanwhile, I'll be running all of you through the slides once again, so that you will get, in case you find some questions may strike when we are, okay, Chintan has raised his hand. Hi, Chintan, please.
Hello, sorry, you suggested to put it in the chat box, but I don't know how to express my question. It's a naive
Sure.
question, just a newbie in Toastmaster.
No question is naive.
You have given great insights and one of the finest session I have attended for speechcraft. My question is the next step, because no matter how great we draft a speech or a craft a speech, it always comes down or boils down to the delivery, and in between that there comes the rehearsal. So as a naive speaker like me, what you suggest, how to rehearse the speech so that it can come out better than what we crafted, if that's possible? Thank you.
Okay. When you rehearse it multiple times, 2 to 3 times. Now, I want to ask you, have you repeated any of your speeches?
Yes.
How did you feel the second time?
It's always improved, because testing content to different audience gives us different insights. But yeah.
So that is the key. Once you rehearse a couple of times, you are in the control of the stage. You are in the control of when the timer cards are going to come, and you are in the control of your vocals, your body language, everything.
No, I'm telling before delivery to any audience, that how you memorize or how you internalize the speech, if I would say.
Okay, you just read it 3 to 4 times. Don't be very hard on memorizing everything. If you ask me how do, I am a kind of a person who is a bit lazier. So first I'll take a speech slot at one of the clubs and I will go and deliver it with only a couple of times. Just I'll go through it and I'll deliver whatever is there. And that speech will look like, you will be surprised. Arre babre, this is the speech. You will feel like that. But the second time, it will be streamlined because I'm a kinesthetic learner. I learn by doing things. Okay. So you know, right? There are 3 kinds of learners: audio, visual, and kinesthetic. Some people, they record their voice, they listen, and they find it good. Some people, they record their video, they watch it multiple times, they learn from it. Some people, they deliver more times and they do well. I am one person who delivers more, and even when delivering, I get certain things impromptu. Okay. And those things also I'll try to inculcate back into my speech. So that is how I try and test. Again, I'll say it depends on the person, but rehearsal is the key. And that is the thing. Don't be in a mindset that I have to memorize everything even before rehearsal. So it is like taking a learning how to drive completely to take a learner's driving license. Right. So that is the key. Don't try to be perfect in the practice. As they say, if you bleed in the practice, if you sweat in the practice, you don't bleed in the war. In the same way, it is practice is to fail, man. Like even contest is to fail, of course. So we can practice. So it is fine if we get stuck or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So Suyog has a question.
Yeah, just a small question I had is about the pauses. So, is there any specific instance where you can take short pauses and long pauses? I mean, the problem with me is that after every single line, I like to take pause, but the time is so much around 4 to 5 seconds that main content of my speech is then I have to reduce it because of the pauses while writing. So, is there any specific like to differentiate short and long pause like that?
So if I have to say, let me divide into high, medium, low, high pause, low pause, medium pause, low pause. Okay. Say high pause is for 5 seconds, medium pause is for 2 seconds, low pause is for 1 second. You take a high pause when you give your message, after your message. Even if you see in that speech, he has taken a pause after he has given his main message. Bigger pause. Okay. And you take a medium pause after your opening, before your conclusion, when you are transitioning. And small pauses, you take them so that audience will not be lost in whatever we are speaking, like that, something that they read before the disclaimer, mutual funds are subject to market list, blah, 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 so that it won't look like that. So, and coming to timing part, timing is something that comes with practice again. So even when we rehearse for a speech, when you rehearse, I mean, once you have by hearted and you are just rehearsing on your own, have your mobile phone before you and then time it. And always, whatever you deliver before the stage, audience, virtual or real, that will be that will finish faster than whatever you have done in rehearsal, because here your nerves are making you run. Okay, in rehearsals I used to go till 7 minute 25 seconds, and that used to be, people used to tell me, why are you going so much? And I used to know, I know. And when it actually happened in the contest, I used to complete the moment the red card is there. That means I was taking maybe 7 minute 5 seconds. So 20 seconds of difference. I was so nervous that just go and speak. So make, that comes with practice. Again, you have to be consciously seeing, make some markers, put some markers. Okay, at this point I'll see green card, at this point I'll see yellow, at this point I'll see red. In case you don't see green, if you are lagging behind, increase your pace. If you are ahead, then slow down your pace, like that. So that's about trial and error.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Santosh, hi.
Hi.
Every time means I need to prepare. I need to shoot it out 2 to 3 times, and then means I go for the speech presentation. Any shortcut so that every time we will be ready to go and deliver a speech. Means I'm a little bit lazy, so means every time we need to spend of time on the topic, research, and then deliver a speech. So means. Is there any formula or is there any things?
I didn't get you. Like, you are saying that you are saying every speech do you have to prepare?
Correct.
Okay, again, that is subjective. I am a person that who believes that whatever anyone does is right. Now it depends on your purpose. One thing, if you are very much someone is very much well read and knows a bit of everything. Okay, like if someone must have read 50 to 100 books, self-help, fiction, non-fiction, then maybe he or she can make bullet points and deliver a speech. And I'll tell you the purpose also. I do that sometimes consciously, because that helps us become spontaneous speakers. Now we have only seen delivering speeches for 2 to 3 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes, that is table topics without any preparation. But how about having 2 to 3 bullet points and making a full length speech with those bullet points? So that is also a skill. However, you have to do both. Maybe I know it is difficult to prepare a speech every day, every time you give, but it is up to you. Again, I'm not saying you have to do, you should not prepare every time. No, if you maybe 75% of the time you have to prepare and deliver, 25% you may try this approach, because this will also make us better impromptu speakers. This is not something everybody will say, but I am saying that only 25%. Please keep that in caution. Okay. If you are giving 4 speeches, one speech, you can do a trial and error, and you should be ready to repeat it. If not going,
But
if it does not go, don't go well.
yeah, means whenever means I prepared a speech and I have given the speech, I learn a lot. But we cannot use that things in actual life. Means we forgot many things. So that sometimes my motivation will get loose just because of these things. We learn, but we are not applied in our life or in our professional as well as family lives.
Okay. So this happens in the earlier days. I think the more and more speeches you deliver, you will automatically get rid of this problem. That is true. You don't believe me now. You will. And I'll tell you, nobody can give a perfect script. Okay. Sometimes it happens that you have to deviate, and there what you have to do is you have to just put up something there and go. And the beauty is only you and your mentor knows that you have messed up there. Nobody else will know. Just move on. Don't try to hang on there and then feel and then spoil the remaining part of your speech.
Thank you, Santosh.
Thank you. Okay, any more questions? So we have 5 minutes more. We can have one question and we can close.
Could I just answer that last question from Dinah? Yeah, I would say in real life, it applies in real life. Because if you go before a court or a police officer pulls you over, for just a police officer, you can say to the police officer, I'm going to tell you this, this, and this. And you tell him bang, and you go bang, and you go bang, and you give him a little message at the end, police officer, I've learned my lesson. You do that, he's going to be impressed. He's going to think, wow, this is a decent person. And there's a strong chance you'll get off. Especially you do that in a court to a judge, give him the structure, then give him what you think, he'll be really impressed. So that's the idea. To me, we use structure, but you need to use a structure improv as well. So maybe during the table topics, practice your improv speaking with structure and all the skills that Santosh just said as well. Santosh, back to you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for adding that point.
Thank you, Ribok.
Thank you, Rivok. Yeah, as he said, both the things are helpful for us. So, yep, guys, that's it. Thank you so much. You have been a great audience. If you have any more questions, you can maybe send them to me offline. Thank you. And with that, over to Poorva.
Thank you so much, Santosh, for that wonderful session. Well, what I learned from the session is that just go to the basics, right? We have that in Toastmasters, in the pathway material and everything. So we need to just look into it and practice. Now, practice does not have any substitute, as far as I understand. And yes, so that was really informative to me, and I have made my notes as well. Let's see now how we do in the contest. Thank you so much, Santosh, for all your help. And if you guys have more questions, and few of my members could not attend, so I'll just share the live recording, and if they have some questions, then I'll forward it to you, Santosh. Sure. Yes, thank you so much, guys. All right, so we are done with the educational session, and lastly, I would like to take feedback from the visiting Toastmasters and guests. So we have, I'll start with Santosh. If you want to add something else, I mean, how the meeting was and anything that you would like to add for feedback, you can just go ahead.
Oh, the meeting was great. It is on time. That is the beauty. Because I know being on time and you were able to actually abridge everything, 3 speeches and then an educational session in one meeting. That is great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Santosh. Can we also have Reebok for the feedback?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you very much. And good that Santosh shared his knowledge as well. Not everybody shares their knowledge. So yeah, that's really good. Thank you.
Thank you, Reebok. Can we also have TM Nuha? Nuha, are you there? Okay. Can you please unmute yourself and share the feedback for the meeting? Okay. No problem. You could not speak from the laptop. It's all right. You can use the chat window to share your feedback. Meanwhile, I can take feedback from Santosh. Yeah, Santosh, thanks for joining back in the meeting. And yes, are you there? Can you please unmute yourself and share the feedback?
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, no, Santosh Thakur.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why you are calling me again. Okay.
Yeah, to Santosh. Yeah. I joined to hear Santosh only when I got a message on the WhatsApp about his speech. So yeah, it was a good session. So whatever I heard. So thanks, Santosh, and thank you, Poorva.
Thank you so much, Santosh. Yes. Welcome, Nuha. All right, guys. So we are done with today's meeting, and I formally end this meeting now. Ashutosh, can we just stop the live stream?